What is up, Knights of Vex? I hope you guys had a banger of a weekend because I certainly did. Game 5, Knicks pulled it off, representing New York. Could not have been a more epic series, coming back from every single game, being down double-digit points. I am ecstatic, and it's really cool to be a New York fan right now. Not only that, beach season, having fun, loving life. But for today, I want to do my first ever Conquest review video talking about all the units in the game and where I would rank them currently in order of how powerful they are, talking about every single aspect of every single game mode with a heavy emphasis on Grand Arena, because Grand Arena, in my opinion, is the most important game mode in this game because, and also the most fun. Huge output of crystals, helps you with all your other farms and just getting all your materials. So everything based off of this ranking is for mostly every single game mode: TB, TW, Conquest, Grand Arena. Big emphasis on Grand Arena. By far the most important game mode for your crystals. So, also, not going to be including ships in this video. Ships are going to be separate. I feel like the Conquest ships are so different compared to the value of characters. They're obviously very good. Some are required for journeys like Leviathan. You need the Interceptor. So I didn't want to include the requirements for ships in this ranking video, so it's going to be specifically units, characters, playable characters in the game. So what I did was I have it all settled for you. I want to talk about each unit individually, and at the end I'll show a little bit of a graphic of my order, but let's have some fun. Let's start with number 18 and see who's in last place. So let's do it.
Number 18.
Starting out the list at number 18, very last place, is going to be Admiral Trench. And I just want to point out, just because they're in last place doesn't mean they are a bad unit. Just on the overall comparison to everything else, they are not the best. So Admiral Trench is coming in at last, and I'll give you my reasons why. For Grand Arena, I cannot remember the last time I used Trench on offense or defense that got me a hold or was able to do anything special for me. He is mostly left as a Galactic Legend cleanup tool. If you see a solo Galactic Legend, he's pretty good at that, but not a lot of top meta teams he could take out. Obviously with Watambor, he's a lot better, but it doesn't amplify the team to certain levels like everybody else. In terms of Grand Arena, his value is very low, but he's very good in TW. He could take out a number of different Galactic Legends in that mode. It's just the whole emphasis of importance between Grand Arena and TW is a very big difference, because you're not getting crystals, you're getting Datacron reroll mats and droid brains. Obviously important, but not nearly as important as Grand Arena. So he'll be able to take out Rael, sometimes Ahsoka Tano with certain Datacron metas. So in TW, he does have value. Territory battle, actually very impressive. He can take out most combat waves in the first 3 planets where I was able to test him. So you could do full auto kind of situation on Mustafar. Dathomir, he's very good at taking out the Night Sisters if you have the weapon tech from Watt. They can prevent revives. Also with Jango Fett, he can prevent revives. So in terms of TB, very good value. But overall in Conquest, can be pretty helpful for some of the cheeses like stealth, stunning, stuff like that. So he was able to help me with the Cobb Vanth Conquest for, grinding out some of those feats. So when it comes to that aspect, he's actually pretty good, but he's not worth it to the point where I'm going to prioritize him higher compared to anybody else. Trench is still a solid unit in this game, but compared to the other ones, he is simply not giving you the output that you should be getting for a long grind of a Conquest unit, or by even going through Proving Ground. So that is why Trench is in very last place, but that doesn't mean he's bad. He's just not the best compared to the rest. So those are my reasons. We're now going to move on to number 17.
Number 17.
Starting out at number 17, we have to talk about Jocasta Nu. And I know that might be surprising to some folks out there, but I'll give you my reasons why. She is supposed to be a lifter unit for Master Mace. Now, I've been playing around with Master Mace for a long time now. He's not absolute horrid, but he's really not the best. His Grand Arena performance is okay. He is absolutely obliterated by Sith, no matter if you have Jocasta 2 in the team or not. She's not really doing anything offensively for him to be able to take out Galactic Legends on offense in a Grand Arena standpoint. She is just an added bonus, but nothing game-changing. She is very solid in the raid. Obviously, she has importance in the raid. Territory battle, very good. She can help clear a lot of waves, especially at the higher tier. If you have the Omicron on Depa, that's even better. But I don't think she's doing nearly enough to be ranked higher as a unit. She's not doing better than some of the other units you're going to see later on. They got other lifter units. So in terms of Grand Arena performance, a little bit disappointing than I thought she was going to be. She obviously has Grand Arena Omicrons. She's not even used in the Master Mace team in 3v3. That's not his best variation of the team. It's Mace, Depa, and Temple Guard. She is not even making the cut in 3v3. In 5v5, it's the same type of situation. She's been able to be taken out by Sith units very easily. In Territory War, where Mace is supposed to shine, from what I've seen, not doing anything over the top crazy that some of the other TW units are doing. So I don't know if his Omicrons are even worth it. Jocasta Nu is obviously very good when she gets the rifle form, but most of the time, when she is getting to it, she's not doing simply enough. So TB, she's doing well. Conquest, she's not doing bad. Nothing in terms of a cool cheese mechanic where she's going to be helping your team a lot. So if you don't have Master Mace, she's really not worth it at all. And even when you do have Mace, it's not elevating the team to certain levels where it should be. So that's why Jocasta is sitting at number 17. Not a terrible unit, but also not the best of all time. So that's going to conclude Jocasta Nu. We're now moving on to the next unit.
Number 16.
Coming in at number 16, we have SM33. And this unit is actually pretty fun to use. But when you think about it, Pirate King Hondo, which is the lifter unit he's supposed to be for, is absolutely fine without him. Like, there are certain metas on 3v3 and 5v5 where SM33 is not even on the team. Like, Pirate King Hondo does better with OG Hondo and the other 3 units like Vane, Brutus, Silvo. So SM33 is sometimes not even making the cut for his own lifter team. That's why he's at number 16. When he is a part of the team, he's doing very big things. He can do massive damage. He can one-shot Galactic Legends like Lord Vader during certain Datacron metas. So in Grand Arena, he's very good, but not anything over the top, lifting of a game-changing of a team like some of the other units. So in terms of Grand Arena performance, definitely solid, but not anything over the top as we should be seeing as a lifter unit. For Territory War, he does have a lot of Omicrons that does make Pirate King Hondo a absolute menace. So in TW, you see more of him there. So he's definitely more of a TW lifter unit for Hondo. But in terms of a possible conquest, helping you out there, he does do pretty well. Not anything crazy. Like I said, Pirate King Hondo will do absolutely fine without SM33 in all these different game modes. In Territory Battle, Pirate King Hondo is pretty fine without him. Pretty much the other 4 units are fine. You got OG Hondo, Vane, Silvo, and Brutus, and they're doing everything that Hondo needs. So, is he giving a slight boost to Pirate King Hondo? Yes, but not to the point where it's anything game-changing or game-breaking, in my personal opinion. So that's why he's ranked lower on the list compared to everybody else. He's a solid unit, nothing over-the-top game-changing. Good for the raid, which will be going away very soon. So that's why we have SM33 at 16th place. And hopefully, maybe later on, we'll see a better use for him. But as of right now, not the greatest overall Conquest unit. Just a solid plug-in pick for either Maz Kanata or Pirate King Hondo. So that's going to conclude number 16. We're now moving on to the next unit.
Number 15.
Coming in at number 15, we have Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, which is a leader for the Imperial Remnant faction. And I think he's higher off than the other characters that I listed because he can actually form a separate team on his own that brings him to a pretty solid level of counters. Not only for Grand Arena, but for Territory War, TB, Conquest. He's actually very good overall in every single game mode. So that's why I rank him higher than the rest. In TW, he is an animal. Really good at taking out some Galactic Legends. I use him a ton in Territory Battle. Able to beat a ton of combat missions on the later planets. You can get a revive going. If you have Captain Enoch's Omicron, it's even stronger. And in Grand Arena, depending on certain metas, he's very, very solid. A little bit weaker on defense, but he can actually form a very solid team on offense. Ranking him higher because he's forming a whole separate unit of a team as a leader for Imperial Remnant, and he does some really surprising things. And I think he's an overall very good unit. Sometimes overlooked. I wish I could use him more, honestly. I should be using him more because he's very, very solid. He's got very big anti-crit synergies. Great revive, great tank, can do massive damage. So DTMG is very solid as a Conquest unit, and I highly recommend him. He's sitting at number 15. So with that said, let's get to the next one.
Number 14.
Coming in at number 14, this is going to be surprising to a lot of people, but Boba Fett Son of Jango is rising in stock, and it's all about Asajj Ventress, Dark Disciple. This guy is crazy good now, paired with that lifter unit. I mean, Grand Arena, top of the line meta, very strong, paired with the Omicron. He gets Disciple, he gets 100% Terminator, a bunch of other bonuses. He is really, really good now, not only in Grand Arena, but TW with his Omicrons, Conquest, TB. I've been utilizing him more than ever now with the new Asajj, and I think that's why his stock is going up, because he could take out so many Galactic Legends now, like Lord Vader, Leia, some others. He could do more. He could probably do Jabba now as well. He is so, so good. I've been losing a lot of top tier meta teams to specifically Son of Jango because of this whole overall change. So his stock is definitely going up. He's at number 14 at the moment. Maybe should be ranked a little bit higher depending on a couple of other aspects, but I think for what he's doing, he is where he should have been when he was first released. Definitely a powerhouse of a unit, good in all game modes, especially Grand Arena. So that's why he is sitting at number 14. So nice to see Son of Jango climbing on this list. I think he's definitely deserving of more credibility. So here we are. Number 14. Let's go to the next unit.
Number 13.
Coming in at number 13, we have Ben Solo, which is the lifter unit for Galactic Legend Rey. And honestly, I was debating this for a little bit. Maybe I should have ranked him a little lower. It depends on where you are in the game, because Ben Solo is a very frightening lifter unit for Rey. And if you have him at higher relic levels, like Relic 9 or Relic 10, he could one-shot whole teams with his Omicron and his high, damage. So in a Grand Arena standpoint, he is very, very good. The thing is that Rey can easily still be countered by like Star Killer teams with Ben Solo on the squad. It's really the other units, the other metas, like Luminara Datacron or a Shorty Datacron. I feel like Ben Solo is solid for Rey and very good, but he's not the game changer like other units for a Rey team. It's all about the Datacron meta. Like if you have Barriss on the squad, you have General Kenobi. It's all about that. A regular Ben Solo with someone else random can be taken out easily by a Star Killer squad. So it really is dependent on the Datacron meta, but he's still a very good lifter unit for Rey. Makes her very strong. Obviously in Grand Arena, you could cheese a lot in Conquest with him, because he cannot get defeated unless Rey is dropped below a certain health threshold. So if you have them just focused on Ben Solo, you could cheese a lot of feats in Conquest. So that's why he's ranked a little bit higher than some of the rest of the units, because he can help you get some of those really annoying feats done. I've used it a ton on my free-to-play account back in the day. So I think that Ben Solo is very good. His TB performance is nothing crazy. I don't think Rey does very many things in TB later on in the planets past Relic 7. But for the first 3 planets, very solid. But Grand Arena is the main standpoint. Territory War, still, I think Ben Solo is used at every single Territory War. There's going to be a Rey on defense every single time. So that's why he's also ranked higher than the rest, because he's always being used in that game mode. Overall, very good lifter unit, but he's sitting at number 13 for the reasons I said why. So that is going to conclude that. Let's now go on to the next one.
Number 12.
Coming in at number 12, we have Maz Kanata, the brand new Pirate Queen leader. Very, very good in Grand Arena. Practically eliminates Sith off of defense. She's the hardest Sith counter there is. Just completely annihilates them. So for a Grand Arena standpoint, very, very powerful and big in terms of matchups, because if you have this character on your roster, you don't have to worry about any crazy particular Sith team like Omicron Treya. Sometimes even Sith Eternal on defense randomly. A Malgus. Maybe even Lord Vader sometimes. You can take out practically any Sith team they throw at you. She is that impactful as a character. Even if you're not facing Sith and you want to put her on defense, she's extremely fast, and if you have her modded, even better. She's going to outspeed most teams. She has a cooldown increase in the beginning. In terms of Grand Arena, very, very good. Same thing for TW. Very good paired with certain Omicron characters. We use her all the time, so she's extremely solid. Territory Battle, very good as well on certain planets. She gets the Death Mark. It's very helpful for taking out those high health units. So she has a use on the middle planet when you're mixing all of your characters. In terms of Conquest, makes the Sith teams a breeze. You ever face those Darth Revan teams that gain crazy stats every time you kill a unit? She makes it an absolute joke. So overall, in terms of game performance of all game modes, extremely solid, and Grand Arena, amazing because she just, like I said, helps you eliminate a lot of those tougher Sith squads. And on defense, very, very annoying compared with other characters like OG Hondo, Kicks, you name it. Very solid of a unit. Big, big separate team you can utilize, and I'm a big fan of her as a character. So that's going to conclude number 12. We're now moving to number 11.
Number 11.
Starting with number 11, this might be shocking to a lot of players, but Maul. Maul is now at 11. He is not ranked higher, and I'm going to give my reasons why. I think the clones coming out for Lord Vader brought his viability down because he doesn't really necessarily have a home base where he should be going. He's more of a lifter unit for Malicos and Seer. He's not really used as a Mandalorian leader anymore. The map in Kyber is so small that you're not seeing it that often, so that's why he's lower on the list compared to where you used to see him on previous lists that have been done in the past. But I think that he doesn't have a home base, and that's why he's really going down in viability. That doesn't mean he's a bad unit. He's so good. And we're going to talk about other game modes in a second, but big lifter for Seer Malicos. Not essential to make the team function, but it's a nice bump for their viability. Conquest is where I think he shines the most. The amount of times I can get cheeses done with Maul, with Canderous, and Wat Tambor, I am getting Red Crate on accounts that I should not be getting Red Crate on because of this guy. I don't have any of the newer characters at high star, high relic. He helps with all the cheeses. Like, he is so good at Conquest. Territory Battle, not using him a ton. I'd say if you do use him with Lord Vader, you're still going to be fine. But Lord Vader has a whole separate team. So I am not really using Maul that much. Sometimes if I'm using a full Ufu team with like Kylo, sometimes I use him there. But in terms of Grand Arena, viability has gone down a little bit. Still useful. Territory War, not really used that often, to be honest. So I will say that Maul has gone down in viability in that game mode. But his importance in Conquest, sometimes Grand Arena, makes him very solid, and that's why he's ranked higher than some of the other units because of how strong he can be with those all game modes. So that's why Maul is at number 11. We're now moving on into the top 10.
Number 10.
Starting out at number 10, this is where the really fun units start to kick in. We have Luthen Rael. His viability has gone up. Nothing but up, especially since the release of Cassian Andor Undercover. Luthen Rael has been a secret OP character for a very long time, and now players are starting to really utilize at how and see how strong of a unit he is. If you bring this guy up to high relics, his decoy, his spawn unit hits like a truck. Gain stats based off of him. He is so good in Grand Arena, paired with Saw Gerrera, Cassian, you name it. He is so solid, and like I said, his viability has gone nothing but up since being with Cassian, so he's a very good unit. Territory Battle, he is amazing. He is able to get that special mission done for Rebel fighters. He makes it a breeze. Some of the more higher planets, Rebel fighters walk through it because of Luthen Rael. If you guys have the Kyle Katarn Omicron, even easier, it's full auto. So Luthen Rael in Grand Arena, big powerhouse, top of the line meta. Territory War will start to be utilized now with Cassian Andor. So prior to that, wasn't really being utilized because Saw Gerrera wasn't as good in Territory War. But paired with Cassian, he's now a very strong Territory War unit. For Territory Battle, like I said, amazing. Conquest, really good because the decoy is there to help you. He's got really good synergy with Saw and Cassian. So overall, for every single game mode, he's amazing. And he's only going to get stronger from here on out. So number 10 goes to Luthen Rael. That is the reason why. Now moving on to number 9.
Number 9.
Coming out at number 9, we have Darth Malgus, one of my favorite units in the game because of how cool his kit works with his lore. I think it's so well put out. He is sitting comfortably at number 9 because of how strong Malgus is against all of the top-of-the-line teams that aren't necessarily Galactic Legends. I consider Malgus the king of taking out the tier under S in terms of teams. He is so important on offense. He's used every single Grand Arena of mine. There's not a single Grand Arena where I don't use him on either offense or defense. I think he's more of an offensive unit now because of the release of Maz Kanata, but he is so solid. He is ranked so high because of his Grand Arena performance. His territory war performance at the earlier to mid game is very solid. Not really utilized at the tippy top of the end of the spear of territory war, but he is utilized in both game modes. Conquest, he's a beast. Very, very solid for a Sith Empire. Very good at some of those feats. Territory battle, amazing. I utilize him a lot on the Tatooine planet because he's immune to dots. So wherever I use him, he's very solid. He's also, I know I'm not incorporating it into these rankings, but he's used in the Leviathan fleet with the Interceptor. He's needed for it, so he's very important for Fleet Arena too. So in terms of all game modes, Malgus is used so much. Very important in Grand Arena. Very good at banner recovery, good at taking out of top teams. That's why he is ranked so high, because he's really lifting up the Sith Empire to new heights, and I really love his character. So he's sitting comfortably at number 9. We're now moving into the next unit.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8, we have the King of Throwing Rocks, Taron Malicos. One of the best Grand Arena units in this game. I utilized him every single Grand Arena. His ability of taking out Galactic Legends is so impactful. Rey, sometimes Lord Vader, sometimes Jabba. He is so good at murdering Galactic Legends. I know I'm missing some off the top of my head, but he's so solid. Good at taking out of other teams like Malicos. The reason why he's ranked higher than Malicos is because he can take out way more than Malicos can in terms of Galactic Legends. He is a great slotting character for a Seer team. Back in the day, you could do some crazy synergies with Kylo before Darkseid Rey, depending on what rank you are in the game. He is so fun. Territory War, he was used at one point. Once you get into the higher tiers, not as much. He still has a use, like if you have Omicron, Cal, and Fulcrum for Territory War. He's very solid. Territory Battle, not as much. I use him sometimes. Not really a game changer. I mean, there's so many different teams in the game right now. He can do work in Territory Battle. I utilize him with Kylo and some of the later planets. He's not really adding a ton to it, but he is utilized. For Conquest, he is used sometimes for some of those Ufu cheeses or the Ufu feats. He can be pretty solid with that. Remember back in the day, I had to do a riposte kind of cheese. He was a part of it, so you can do that with his middle ability. So overall, very solid of a unit. Main emphasis is Grand Arena. He is such an important Grand Arena character. That's why he's ranked higher than most on this list. I think he's better off than some of the other characters we listed. Reason why he's not higher is that his other performances in other game modes are not as nearly as important. But for Grand Arena, top of the line, important. Love this guy. Use him all the time. He is sitting at number 8. We're now moving to the next one.
Number 7.
Coming in at number 7, we have Commander Ahsoka Tano, and no one cancel me. I might get heat for this, but is she a great unit? Absolutely. She is imperative to make Jedi Master Kenobi a beast of a squad, but with the amount of teams coming out of anti-cat mechanics, her viability just goes down and down and down. It continues to go down because of this. So many instant defeat immunities from so many different teams. A lot of these newer squads are incorporating anti-cat mechanics to make her not as impactful. Her turn 1 insta-kill is so insane. Even back in the day, it was so strong. We considered that crazy power creep. And now, as strong as it is, we're not seeing as much of it anymore because of these new teams. But her overall performance in Grand Arena is still top-notch. Makes Kenobi a beast. Great in Conquest. Utilized a lot for killing like teams like General Skywalker right off the bat. Very good in Conquest. Good banner recovery in Grand Arena. Always using them. There's not a single Grand Arena where I don't use Cat. So she's very good in every single game mode. Territory Battle, every single one. Conquest, like I said, yes. Territory War, essential, obviously. So she is practically what makes Jedi Master Kenobi as a galactic legend. So the reason why she isn't as high as she used to be is because of how so many other teams are incorporating anti-cat mechanics, as well as on defense, Balin's Skull and Inquisitors absolutely walk over her. So doesn't mean she's bad. She's still one of the best characters in this game. She's just sitting at number 7 in terms of Conquest units. So very curious about what you guys think about that ranking. We're now going to move on to the next unit.
Number 6.
All right, everyone get your pitchforks. Everyone get your pitchforks. I am doing it. Ezra Bridger is now sitting at number 6. Previously, if I was to do this video about a month or two ago, he'd be at a comfortable number 1 or number 2. But with his nerf he is now at number 6 because he is so locked down to Ahsoka that it makes him super not, plug and play like he used to be. So, is he a very good unit for Ahsoka? Is he one of the most powerful characters in this game? Abso-freaking-lutely. But with his full Spectre synergy, it makes him tough to rank him higher because he could be utilized in any single team back in the day, which is not that long ago, like a month or two ago. So, he could have been utilized with Master Luke, with Rey, Jedi Knight Revan, so many plug-and-play different teams. But now, locked to full Spectre, and it makes him a little bit more of a non-predictable kind of unit. So, his home base is Ahsoka. In Grand Arena, he could still be countered by Great Mothers, Kylo, so many different teams. He's still solid. He has crazy evasion, but the reason why he's ranked lower is because he cannot be used in every single team. Amazing in territory battle, not as easy as it used to be because of the full Spectre clause. Territory war, used all the time. Conquest, very good as a unit with Ahsoka Tano. But, yes, I know I'm going to get hate for this pick, but honestly, I think Ezra is sitting comfortably at number 6. Very annoying defensive unit, but just can't be plug and play like he used to. That concludes number 6. We're now moving into the top 5.
Number 5.
The first to enter the top 5 is going to be Darkside Rey. She's going to be number 5 on this list, and one of my favorite characters in this game by far. Everything about her kit is sick. I cannot even believe we have this unit in the game. I use her every single Grand Arena, every single Territory War. Very good in Conquest and TB, very good in Territory Battle, but her Grand Arena viability is off the charts. She is lifting Kylo to limits where he wasn't ever before. He could practically beat every single team in this game. There's not a defensive team that I can think of at the moment that Kylo cannot beat with Darkside Rey. She has crazy banner recovery, she protects your team from dying immediately, and she can revive allies if she gets the kill. She is so good. She's got a retaliate mechanic, a retribution, AoE mechanic, and my favorite ability on her second special, which is the lightning, because it gives you health and protection back, as well as removing turn meter and shocking enemies. It is so freaking powerful. What she's doing to Kylo easily puts her into a top 5 scenario. It makes him obviously offensive viable, but also very defensive viable. It doesn't even depend on datacrons. Very, very strong no matter what. The Darkside Vision Rey Cron was one of the strongest crons ever printed. That's not incorporating into this ranking, but her viability in every game mode is top of the line. Offense, defensive, Grand Arena, Territory Battle, utilized all the time, can help Kylo destroy planets and combat waves. Conquest, easy mode, because he keeps getting the reset once Kylo gets the kill. Just overall, so freaking strong. She's a top 5 unit for sure, and she is sitting at number 5. So now we're going to get into even more crazy units up there. I'm very curious to what you guys are thinking and what I'm missing. So we're now going to move on to number 4.
Number 4.
Coming in at number 4, we have Satele Shan from the Old Republic. I know you guys are going to think I'm very biased because I'm a massive Old Republic fan. As you can see, look at my shirt. I got a Darth Revan freaking t-shirt. I freaking love it. This is new. I got for my birthday. But anyway, Satele is sitting at number 4 because of what she is actually doing to a faction that was practically useless. Satele turned Old Republic, which was maybe top 5, one of the worst factions in the game recently. She has now brought them into the top 10 in terms of factions, maybe even top 5 with how impactful she is. Her Grand Arena performance is insane. The fact that she's taking a bunch of useless, not easy to gear up characters and bringing them to the height that they were never before brings her to the top 5. I mean, you could take out so many galactic legends. Imagine back in the day you thought that Jolie, Juhani, Bastila, and Revan were going to be able to take out galactic legend Lord Vader or Jabba or maybe even Rey. It wasn't even considered. You could take her, get crazy banner recovery, cooldown decreases. She is so powerful. I love her. Does she have very hard counters on defense? Yes, there's 2 in particular. Great Mothers and Sith Eternal. Both very, very good teams. Sith Eternal is a galactic legend, and Great Mothers is practically considered a galactic legend team with how strong they are. So, at certain ranks, not necessarily at the top of Kyber, if you have her in a Rhodium, Kyber 4, she can still perform very well on defense. I know people have mixed opinions about her on her defensive viability, but she's so good. Like, her offensive viability is off the charts amazing. Very good in territory battle. She makes every combat mission practically full auto. It's a breeze. Conquest, very easy. Good banner recovery, can utilize at low stamina. So, in terms of every single game mode, top of the line. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And the best part about her is she's lifting a useless faction. That's the whole point about why she's number 4. She's elevating a useless team and bringing them to very strong heights. So that's why she's sitting at number 4. I might get some heat for that, but it's my honest opinion. With that said, we now got to get into the top 3.
Number 3.
Sitting at number 3, we have the Stranger. Very new Conquest unit that is one of the best galactic, or one of the best Grand Arena teams in the game. The problem with Stranger is that he utilizes 2 legendary characters. One of them that it's not really easy to get right now, Spider-Maul, and Starkiller, who is very easy to get. So, but that aside, whether he's very easy or hard to get or not, he's one of the best units in this game. A absolute powerhouse in Grand Arena. Can take out so many different squads. He might be able to take out every single Galactic Legend team in the game. I can't think of one right now where he can't beat. So, offensively, a beast. Defensively, a beast. So, in Grand Arena, he's S tier, one of the best non-Galactic Legends teams in the game. Practically is the best non-Galactic Legend team in the game. So, that's why he's so good at number 3. Territory Battle, very good for the middle planet, because you have to combine mixed units to get the Starkiller unique to be present. Can practically beat every single one. He has an insta-kill, multiple insta-kills. He's got a revive mechanic in Grand Arena. So strong. Conquest makes it easy mode. So, Territory War, he's utilized as well with Spider-Maul and his Omicrons. There's not a single game mode where he's not being used. He is so good. I freaking love the Stranger. One of the best teams and characters in this game. He is sitting at number 3 comfortably. So, maybe it could be argued to be ranked higher, but I'll give my reasons why for later on. We're now going to move on to number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Now, that's going to leave a clear indication for who's number 1, but number 2 is Queen Amidala. Probably my favorite light side character or team in the game. Queen Amidala is so strong in Grand Arena, Conquest, TB, TW. Every single game mode there is, it has a use. And not even just a use, they're top of the line in all these game modes. Used in Territory War every single time, Grand Arena every single time, Galactic Legend Killer, strong on defense, really good synergies with Datacrons, lots of plug-and-play characters for the Galactic Republic faction. So it's not like you're tied into one specific team. You could do so many different combinations with her, like Grandmaster Yoda and Ki-Adi-Mundi, or Echo and Shock T, Gas and whoever. So many different combinations. Elevates the Poncho Bros, which are one of the best early game combinations in the game, needed for the assault battle. I use her every single Grand Arena. Amazing at banner recovery, great at the decoy mechanic. I have her at Relic 10. I think she's 100% worth it at Relic 10. Makes the decoy a pain to deal with. Conquest easy mode, just so good. I was honestly having the argument of making her number 1, but I know I would get hardcore hate for making her number 1. But the fact that she's so viable in every single game mode to the top tier just makes her an easy number 2 mechanic. Can beat any of the teams we just listed with ease. So, Queen, can never get enough for her. She is so freaking powerful. A very comfortable number 2. There's an argument for number 1. But that leaves one more slot available for number 1. Who's it going to be?
Number 1.
And with no surprise, the clear number 1 best Conquest unit in this game is comfortably Darth Bane. And the reason why Bane is number 1 is that I think there's a typo in one of his tags. It should say Galactic Legend up here because he is practically a Galactic Legend. He could take out almost every single one. I'm not going to say every single one with ease, but he doesn't need Sith Eternal. He's fine without him. Combined with Sith Eternal, he's only just a freaking the best offensive team in the game. So freaking strong. I have him at Relic 10. I think it's worth it. He practically takes any single Sith in Grand Arena and turns himself into a Galactic Legend. He is used every single round. He is so important for anybody's offensive strategy. When anyone places a team on defense, they're thinking, where is my opponent going to use Bane? because if you use Bane on a weaker team, it's a win for your opponent. He is so important on where to choose and pick him. It's like your get me out of jail free card using Darth Bane in Grand Arena. Easily the most powerful unit in terms of what he's performing with just only 2 characters. He is a beast. Utilized in Territory War. Not as strong in Grand Arena, but he's utilized every single one. There hasn't been a single Territory War I haven't utilized him for certain counters. Conquest, easy mode. Can get through the sectors very fast with certain data discs as well. Makes it a breeze, so Conquest is a no-brainer. Territory Battle, utilizing him as a leader all the time. I use him on every single planet. So Territory Battle viability, same exact thing. The best Grand Arena unit in terms of Conquest, very good in TW, solid in Territory Battle, and really good in Conquest. So that is going to conclude this ranking. And what I want to showcase now is going to be the final infographic of the rankings. What I want you guys to do now is to let me know in the comment section if you agree with my list or you disagree. Positive feedback. I want to know what you guys think about it. Is someone ranked too high? Is someone ranked too low? You guys got to let me know down below. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you had some fun with it, I know I don't do a lot of these rankings. This is actually my first Conquest rankings video. So I want to do more stuff like this. It was very fun to make. It took a little bit of time. So I would really appreciate it if you guys dropped a like and subscribe to the channel to support your boy Vex, to show your appreciation for this type of content and to see me grow into a big account one day. So I want to thank you guys all for tuning in and watching till the end. May the Force be with you all, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.